going on, everyone? It's one man, 1 year, 150, doing another jaywalk, and used to be tread talk, but we're back with another episode. So, a couple of things, I try and think about a couple of things before I actually make the video, and I've been working on an idea where I can kind of give a visual of like calorie breakdown, good do's and don'ts, what I've done to maintain my weight, what I did to lose the weight to get here in the first place, and just some helpful tips and advice. So a couple of things. If you take a look at any research regarding like sugar replacement, like artificial sweetener stuff, and you actually look at more recent data to back it, there's nothing out there that screams like it's going to cause you any medical harm. Now, I'm not a doctor, so of course you want to consult with them first, but when you actually take a few minutes to do some research yourself, you're going to see that a lot of data has disproven any of the myths that it's going to give you cancer, it's going to destroy your gut microbiome, and all of that kind of stuff. So go ahead and put yourself at ease for a minute with some of the things I'm going to say. Pretty much one of the big things that I do is I cut out soda for the most part. I do love some Coke Zero or Pepsi Max, because honestly, I like to drink it with my meal. Pizza and soda have always been a really good combination. Or back when I ate them, wings and soda. I know some people like wings and beer, pizza and beer. I just never was a big fan of drinking beer with my meal. I'm not a huge fan of it, of the way beer tastes. Now, there are some sours that I like, but that's besides the point. I don't like to eat and drink while I'm eating. So I'll just get a diet something. Now, if you think about it, I used to drink a lot of soda or Monster energy drinks through the day, and just in liquid calories alone, you're talking well over 1,000. And that's not even including my coffee that I would have in the morning. When I would have coffee, God, with all the stuff I would put in it, we're talking just my morning coffee would be, I don't know, probably close to damn near 1,000 calories. Let's be honest. With all the sweeteners, and I would put a packet of hot chocolate in it and make a mochaccino kind of thing. Tasted delicious, but I was drinking my calories, and that was a huge problem. And once I cut that out and kind of changed to drinking diet and sugar-free stuff, that helped a ton. It helps me maintain. I try and limit it, but it definitely helps me maintain. And that's a good tip, because you also have the carbonation, so it's going to make you feel a little more full. I know that there's a few people that say oh, as soon as I drink that stuff, it makes me hungry or something like that, and I've just never found that to be the case. If anything, depending on what I'm eating, and if I drink some of that, like, say I make one of my low-calorie protein ice creams, if I drink soda with that, it's just going to react in my stomach and make me feel that much more full. But that's just personally speaking. That's, I can only give you my take. But that's a good tip. Cut out the liquid calories for the most part, as much as you can. That's one area I don't see a lot of people really even mention. Drinking your calories sucks. It's not triggering the fullness receptors and the vagus nerve that runs from your stomach to your brain to let you know you're full. Like, protein shakes, they're good to get you your hit of protein, but any kind of meal replacement shake, it's not going to make you feel very full. I know that they're slim fast and all that crap, but when it comes down to it, you're talking about a can of something this big that's supposed to make you feel like you just ate a meal, and that's just not the case. Rather than doing that, go ahead and get yourself a bunch of spinach. And I'm not even saying you have to go go meatless or anything. I'm just saying that things like spinach, broccoli, pretty much veggies in general are going to be a really good bet on trying to keep you full and low calories. Now, when I say that, I'm not telling you to go douse everything in a gallon of ranch dressing or anything, because again, we're talking about liquid calories. I know that you may think well, that sounds crazy, but think about it. Dressings are liquid. Your vinaigrette, your Italian dressings, all that's all just liquid. And the worst part about those they are very calorie dense. So you're talking 100 calories for a tablespoon of it. And that alone can turn say you have a giant bowl of salad, it can turn that from something that was 400 or 500 to over 1,000, literally in an instant. Also, all the toppings that people put on, all the extra cheese, the croutons, bacon bits, the sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, the dried cranberries, all that stuff adds up in the long run. Rather than using all that, put some blueberries in it. If you like the sweet edition. You can also find low calorie dressings. Walden Farms, that I love Walden Farms stuff. They have 0 calorie dressings. So you can really go crazy adding all that stuff in there and not even worry about how many extra you're adding in. You're not going to turn a, 500 calorie salad that's all veggies into 1,000 calorie bomb with using Walden Farms or using Skinny Girl dressing. That's another one I like. They have a raspberry vinaigrette that stuff's good, and it's 5 calories a serving. The other thing you want to pay attention to is pay attention to the serving sizes. I'm a little out of breath because I'm going up a hill, but pay attention to your serving sizes. Try and stick to grams if you can. Now, I know that, like, we don't want to worry about the grams when you're trying to, like, eat spinach and kale and, you know, these 0-calorie dressings. Don't worry about that so much. You don't need to worry about weighing those out. It's the ones that, like cooking spray. If you look at cooking spray, it says on the back 0 calories for a quarter of a second that you spray. So it's literally for every quarter of a second, like literally that's it. You're talking at least like 3, because there's not actually no calories in it. When it comes down to it, all it is oil with a propellant. So if you mistake there and you go like just spraying like crazy for a good 5-10 seconds, you're talking for every 1 second at least 10 calories. So let's just say, for all sakes and purposes, you do spray for 10 seconds. Now you just added 100 calories to whatever you're doing. And that's something minor. It's just an example of what I'm talking about. Because the serving size says 0 calories, but a serving size is a quarter of a second spray. Now, I don't know how many of you out there can actually count and time a quarter of a second, but it's just stupid fast. The other one is, and this is what kept me like really overweight, was I love peanut butter. I know a ton of people do. Peanut butter is super calorie dense. And the reason I say you need to really weigh out, this would be one that I even still weigh out. And this is how I'm maintaining. Say I want a serving of peanut butter mixed in with what I'm going to make. If I don't weigh it out and I use one of the tablespoons I have, 2 tablespoons measured out of the one that I have is actually closer to 3. So I can easily add in 100 more calories if I didn't weigh out the grams. So this is why I said, like, weighing some things out really can be another big game changer. Because you're talking 100 extra calories here, 100 extra calories there, without honestly thinking about it, and you're off track. It may not be a dramatic amount, but if you're trying to like cut some weight off and shed some pounds, and you're not taking that stuff into consideration, it can really disappoint you, make you feel like you're failing when you're not. You're just a little misinformed and thinking you're on the right track, but when it comes down to it, mathematically, we're not. And this is honestly one of the reasons that I feel like some of this stuff should be taught in schools, like along with finances and like managing your credit and stuff like that. Some of the stuff we teach in school is pointless. It really is. It's not setting kids up to excel in life after they get out of school. And that's sad. And we need to fix that. But things like this, if they did teach these kinds of things, actual health, teach people how to eat healthy and not how to grab a quick bite to eat, can change lives. Like, for the healthy part, on top of teaching them economics and how to balance a checkbook, things like that. Stuff they're going to actually need. Honestly, think about it. How many kids know how mortgage works? How many kids honestly know how credit works? How many kids know what an APR is? I never learned any of that in school. Did I, buckle down and focus 100%? No, but I can tell you one thing. This stuff wasn't taught either. And what do you think is going to help your kid out more? Learning things like that? Or, God, there's so many things that I could say. It's just, people get offended at everything. But, the art of dance. Which one do you think is actually going to help your kid later in life? Think about it. But anyway, went on a little bit of a rant there. I'll put more videos like this out. Just kind of giving you an honest breakdown on what I'm doing to maintain, what I've done to get here, and just tips in general. Because I'm all about health and fitness now. For 40 years I wasn't. That changed. Now I'm into running races, training. I'm literally out here putting in the miles while I'm recording. Once we're done here, I'm going to go run some because I want to get more movement in for the day. And that's the other thing. Make sure you're staying active, because if you're not also doing that, you're not burning anything. Especially if you work a sedentary job like I do. That's a huge reason why I like to come out and get active. Because I work a sedentary job. So I know that if I eat, let's just say for all sakes and purposes, right now I'm eating between 2,000 and, let's be 100% real, between 2,250 and 2,500 calories a day. I'm slowly seeing my body still transform because I'm peeling away a little bit more of the fat that I had, and I'm putting in tons of miles every day. We're talking 33,000 steps. Do you need to do that? No, I don't want you to do that, especially if you're just starting to get into movement and everything. If you went out and did 33,000 steps and you haven't gone out for a healthy walk like that in a while, you may end up hurting yourself. I couldn't do this when I first lost the weight and everything, but now I can. It took me a while to get here, and it's definitely worth it. But until the next one, we'll wrap this up here. We're in there damn near 20 minutes. And I'll see you on the next one. Catch y'all later. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at oneman1year150. You can find me on Strava. And if you think I earned your time, go ahead and click the like. And if you think that I earned it, go ahead and hit sub. Catch y'all later.